Hey guys, and welcome back to Thornton Farm. Now in today's episode we are going to be doing a bit of tree surgery work. I have been requested to do a bit more tree surgery, so we are going to do so. Now I purchased the log forks here for the front loader for our nice Fendt, whatever, 718. Off screen I did finish mowing the whole area apart from, just jump up on this wall, the maintenance lawn there. We'll have to do that at some point. We've still got the mowers here, however the tree surgery sort of is slightly more important here. So we will drive up here and let's make sure that the telehandler's following us. And yes, well, I haven't actually explained what it is we are going to be doing this episode. Now all the trees up there, the National Trust here, I think it's National Trust anyway, would like them taken care of. They think that, especially lower down in the tree, it's obstructing the views of the rather nice house that they have, so they would like that dealing with. They've had a couple of complaints from the visitors and they don't really like the complaints, so they've asked us whilst we're here if we could take care of those. And we agreed to. That means that instead of getting paid £2,500 for this job, we are getting paid £7,000, as it requires the tree surgery work as well. So I'll wait for that to get up here. Now what I will be doing is probably chopping down the first 4 branches here. That's sort of like the lower part of the tree. Probably won't do these 3 here, as they don't really obstruct the view when you're walking up the path really. I mean, you get round the corner and you can see the house, but they'd like it if you could see there's no nice brickwork on the top, so we have to take out at least this tree, well, the branches on that tree, this one, and this one, and leave the 2 corner ones and these other 2 untouched. So we have telehandler, like I said, with the work baskets, so we are going to be doing some work at height today, so to follow all the relevant health and safety regulations that there are. But this is farm sim, we don't need to actually. I'll just climb up the boom of this and then we'll be sorted. So let's get that to about the right position. That seems about right. Let's jump up here. Hopefully we've got a chainsaw. Yep, that's good. And we will be cutting off that one. We want to cut them fairly close to the tree. Leave a really nice cut. We don't want to leave the trees looking horrible. So they've asked for the best quality service, the best small deal that they can get for these trees. That went a bit wrong. So they need to ensure that they're meeting their regulations for the various tree stuff. So yes, right, that'll cut there. So it'd be the first 4 branches, I think, so all these trees are fairly similar, or at least so they're all about level. Leave some really nice cuts there. I'll probably get off all the little twigs and that. Now branch up here. It's probably easier if we get that corner about there. Way, hello. Going off the path there, I don't want that. Should be about right. Yeah, that seems good. Right, so we'll chop this down. I'll chop this branch and then the one up there to the right, and hopefully that should be all the branches on this tree that need to be cut down. Now we do offer the service for taking the trees or the branches away at least, But they declined that offer this time as part of their eco-friendly attraction. They require more places, or more habitats at least, for animals. So they've asked us very nicely if we would kindly leave the branches in a nice neat pile. That's why we have the fence there. Just move them. So yes, in a nice neat pile where we can create a nice eco-friendly habitat for animals, which I can understand, this being a rather eco-friendly place. I imagine they'd be rather annoyed if they weren't keeping up their standard. Right, we'll move them now. Actually, we've got a fence here at least. Let's get in the proper way. So, well, this fence we can make ourselves lower down so we get a better view of high up. You can just about see the top there, or we can, you know, sit rather tall, sit rather high up in the cab at least. Just be careful we don't crash. It's the last thing I think these people want is their however many year old surrounding wall destroyed. So, this habitat, I think they wanted it about here. Nothing too far away, so nothing complex, but I mean, it also saves us the work actually. I mean, we've got the big chipper back at the main base, I'd call it HQ, which we could dump these into, but it saves us taking them back, bringing the trailer over. It's a rather big hassle for just, what, how many trees are we chopping down? What, 16 branches at least anyway. We wouldn't even make that much money back from them, so makes it easier if we do stuff like this. It also gives the company a good view, or good look at least anyway, because we are being eco-friendly and creating eco-friendly habitats. So this is an issue when these don't go on properly. Hello. That was about on properly. They almost had no sight of the house. They've been rather annoyed at that, I think. Can't seem to get that on. I mean, as long as we don't scratch it, should be fine. I'm looking forward to FS17, where you can apparently pick up small logs and items. Yeah, looking forward to that. It sort of makes it more of a simulator then. The simulator, well, it says it in the name, but it's meant to simulate the job that it's aiming for. However, realism is something which is what Farm Sim fans have been wanting for a while, which, I mean, it's hard to really achieve quite a lot of stuff with the game engine that it have. Without a brand new game engine, then updating some of the key features at least would be be a very big task at least. So yeah, I think, well, I'm hoping that, oh well, at least I don't think they've made a new engine, but I'm hoping at least for FS19, that's a long time away, isn't it? 2 years. Hoping that FS19 has the new game engine, because quite a lot of the stuff, for example, I don't know, quite a lot of the physics on stuff as well could be improved. I mean, if you look at Bale physics now, not exactly the most realistic, and just small things like that. Increase it more from what I'd call a game to a simulator, where you can actually do quite a lot of jobs and you can specialise in some jobs. For example, the contracting which they announced, contracting feature thing, that looks really quite cool. I'm looking forward to doing that. I don't think it's like proper contracting though, where you start up your own contracting firm kind of thing, as I would say. It's more, it's basically a new take on the missions, really. I think they still are called the missions, actually, which is... yeah, it's alright. That's a very, very large branch there. How much? Yeah, that cuts off a fair amount of that tree, actually. Be good if the view was slightly better for these. Well, when using the chainsaw at least. As well, I've also seen on the Farming Simulator official website that there's a large amount of these I think they're like machine profiles or fact sheets. I think they are actually. So they've added in. I think they've done one. I think there's a T8 in there, Massey combine and tractor, seed drill possibly, some other stuff like that really. But yes. They're quite interesting, and you can see the various different modifications that you can do to the vehicles, such as the different types of wheels which you can put on. For example, the narrow row crop tyres for working, for example, spraying, or the much larger normal tyres. I think I read somewhere there was wheel weights, something like that. Not sure about aesthetics like colour. I think that's an option though. I've heard somewhere that that could be a thing, or is a thing. So I'll have to keep an eye out for that. So that'd be really quite cool. For example, for contracting for this series anyway, gone for the more orange sort of highways caution theme. Yeah. For example, if this was just a normal contracting firm for agricultural needs, I'd probably just stuck with the green fen. These trees looking much nicer now. You can see the house a lot better. Some of these overhanging branches though, I'll have to deal with them I think at some point. However, they look much better now. There's a couple of twigs up there could come off. Oh, they can come off at a later date. This is sort of, well, I'd call it an emergency operation really. They weren't really, well, they hadn't warned us that they were going to require us to do this task. So it's a surprise that earns us money, so can't really complain, can I? Chopping into the tree, I think. Maybe not. It'd be good as well if log physics were much better. For example, there, I don't think that would really happen where it just, you know, fall onto here, spiral down, and, you know, land on the other side of the tractor or telehandler, whatever you want to call it. Let's angle the blade this time slightly. Hopefully that gives a much cleaner cut without digging in too much into the tree trunk. Yeah, much better that. Oh, that's a bit close in. There we go, this is more like it. As close as we can get without damaging the tree trunk, because then that makes the tree unsafe, and then we've got to do much more work to make it safe, and technically it's our fault. I mean, can't really go about making trees unsafe and then saying, oh yeah, we're going to charge you to take it away. Although that is how some companies work. But we aren't a dodgy company, so we won't just be doing anything like that. And of course, the area has been cordoned off. It's just the gift shop that's currently open down there, so they've shut shut the house back door anyway, because that's the entrance and exit for getting into this area of the attraction anyway. You know what, we will park this up here for now. I'll leave the door open, why not? What's with these? Are these branches that have fallen down and glitched through the map? Only one way to find out. Yes, they are. Brilliant. 2 branches that have, or logs should I say, it's not really a branch, that has fallen through the bottom of the map. Brilliant. So well, if you guys would like to know how to enable developer mode in Farm Sim, so you can do cool stuff like show collisions and all sorts of stuff like that. Light sources is quite a useful thing. For example, those lights still on? Probably not. So we can see where the light source is. It does get fairly laggy. As you can see there, one main light source which just sticks to the vehicle. Another one which is on the boom, and then one at the back. And frame rate again. It's really quite useful. For example, when I was making the Hilux, well, not making it, editing it to my specification at least anyway, I would use the developer mode to see where the lights were placed to make sure that they were angled correctly to what I wanted in game. Because modding in Giants Editor, it's really quite easy, I'd say. It's pretty much just drag and drop, basically. I mean, if you wanted to add a light to this vehicle, going to the Giants Editor part's the easy bit. So in Giants Editor, you go ahead, select, I think, create new light source. You then go into the one of the XML files for the mod. I think it's mod desk XML. No, because that's the description. It's one of the files at least anyway. Might not even be XML. Might be the actual i3D file itself. And you go ahead, you find the light section, and you go ahead and add in the value of your light. So for example, in this there's different things, so that might be item number 70 on this mod, for example. So you type in the ID of the part at least anyway, and select that to being light. And then it should work in game, hopefully. Save it all up and put it back in a zip file if you're wanting to play it with it in multiplayer. And that should be it, I think. Nothing else really. Oh, tipped it then. Yeah, nothing else really to do apart from that. Oh, the nice habitat there. That's unsafe. Let's sort that, rectify that. That's good. How many more logs? 4. The 2 are stuck under the ground. I would like to go through the XML and find the XML of this save game and find the logs and delete them. However, I'm scared I'm going to delete the log file which we just created, because yeah, it's a bit like Bales. They just, the way that it works is that it's defined, given a position. So if we get the map up there, you can see just above field 27 is number 1356, and then the number after that 950 at 49. That is the position that you are in map. So I don't think it does it on altitude actually. I think it just does it where it's a collision, it doesn't go through it, and it just gives it that position. So Bales, you can have rather large bale stack. As long as you don't place thousands of bales in the same place using the save game file, you should be okay. Now, I'm no expert on Farming Simulator's structure, of which it does the save games and that, but it's basically that principle. It gives it a position, tells it where it's going to go, renders it in, and yes, that's about it really. So can we at least move them? Nope, I'll have to sort them off screen. I'm going to finish this area off screen at least anyway. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, really hope you have enjoyed this episode on Thornton Farm. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share this video, as it really does help me out, and I will catch you next time. Goodbye.